What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a full in-depth kayak review and overview of my Bonafide SS127. You guys have been asking for it, so here it is. I'm going to give you guys a full breakdown of everything I have set up on it, the DIYs that we've done to it, and so on. But before we get started, say what's up to the guys. We're out here for a Yakabas tournament at Lake McClure. We got Daigo and AJ. Instagram, check them out, give them a follow, guys. All right, so over to the kayak, let's check it out. Here we got the Bonafide SS127, a little extra rigged up. As you can see, there's a bow mounted motor and a few more neat accessories, which makes this what I feel is a solid overall tournament kayak. And let's break it down. So starting off, it's a Top Gun gray Bonafide SS127. It's a paddle kayak, and some of the things I added to it, starting off up front, we have the Motorguide Xi3, and this here is the pinpoint GPS version, so it does have spot lock, which I absolutely love. Before we go to the interior, we're going to talk about all the outside, and then I'll strip down the top and we'll be able to check out the inside, check out all the electronics. So got the motor up here in front. I got a lot of track accessories. I got a roto grip here that I rest my net on. Net usually just comes up, rests right over the hatch. And then coming back here, we have the dry pod for the Bonafide. This comes with all the paddle series kayaks, or most of them. And I mainly just keep wires inside this, as you guys will see. Should pop that up, and I just store my excess transducer wire in here. I did install a transducer underneath, which it's right there. That's the transducer for my fish finder, and this is a Raymarine element, and this is a 7-inch screen. So love this fish finder, love the brand, excellent products, check them out. So what I did here was I got a Yak Attack extension kit here. I forget what this is called, but yeah, we got that. And then we got a track mount that I installed, drilled into the pod with the transducer wires inside. And underneath, you can see that transducer mounted in. We got a through-hole kit, enabling our transducer cable to come out underneath, installed in the bottom, and that wire comes out through the top and plugs into the fish finder. Power cable's here. We'll go over that in a moment with the internal wires, but we'll come back to that. So this junk drawer comes with the kayak. As you can see, I got a lot of junk in there. We got off the water a couple hours ago, and I got a lot of baits I have not put away yet, so pardon me for the mess. But so we got this junk drawer here, and then this Bonafide storage sack here does not come with the kayak, so you have to order this separately. So it comes with the limited edition Bonafide kayaks, but not with the standard edition, or whichever one this is. But yeah, so if you guys don't have it, it's a $30 upgrade. I highly recommend it. I keep my scale, stainless steel pliers, stainless steel scissors in here, so that these get wet all the time. I get water splashing over the side, I got fish jumping in here. None of this stuff rusts, which is fantastic. So make sure you guys get stainless steel. Spend the extra 10-15 bucks. On this side, I got extra line for leaders, sunscreen, because I think it was like 105 today. It gets hot as heck out there, so make sure you got your sunscreen. And then I also got scent. I got fish sticks here, so I got a couple crawfish scents, shad scent, and then for when I need it, a little wacky tool kit. So I just keep miscellaneous things in here, things I may or may not need on and off the water. First aid kit, never know when you're going to need this. Get a treble hook stuck in the hand, fish cuts you, you never know. Good to have. And then to keep that in place, you just tighten this little knob down here, and now it's locked in, doesn't go anywhere. Moving on, so I have a catch board for the tournaments we fish with Yakabas and SBKBA, all those tournaments, California Bass Kayak. This is my Catch carbonate board. It's a 26-inch. I have a backup board, which is a 32. I keep 2 just in case, but this is the one that I primarily use. I use the 26 because it's small, it's compact, stays out of the way. And then this Catch sleeve, identifier sleeve, love this. Velcro, sticks right on. Slide your identifiers in for whatever tournaments you're fishing. You can fold it, tuck it away. I got it on a bungee, which is clipped to the other side right here. So bungee attached to the board, and I just attach it to the handle here, and I'm not worried about losing that, dropping it in the water. Moving on from that, I installed I think this is a 12-inch Yak Attack track here. So it's just an accessory track you can add. Basically what we did was just pre-drilled some holes and inserted these screws with the screw gun. Got this track on, and I have 3 pieces on this track. As you can see, got a cup so I can keep my hydro flask in this, keep my water cold, have my water right next to me when I need it. And then my paddle, which I got from Kayak City, shout out Kayak City. And this little paddle holder here, I think this is made by Railblaza. And this here, I just squeezed right in between the cup and this rod holder here. So it fits my paddle nice. I just pop that in when I'm not using it. And then my paddle just rests right on that front track. Up here in the front, we got a Yak Attack rod holder. I just keep this here, so if I'm, retying a bait, like say I caught a fish and I got the fish on deck, I can just set my rod down right here, right to my side. I don't have to worry about laying it down and dropping it in the water, so it's right there, good to go. Next big project here. I got this idea from Daigo, and Daigo got this idea from the tackle trunk. Where did you learn this? On the Bonafide Facebook group. Okay, so whoever posted this on the Bonafide Facebook group, we appreciate you. Daigo put this together and I absolutely loved it, and so I copied that idea. And so basically what it is 2 Milwaukee pack out toolboxes. This is not a cheap DIY. If you're looking for a milk crate and you're looking for something 10-15 bucks, go to Bass Pro, go to Target, go to Walmart, get yourself a milk crate and some rod holders, 30-40 bucks, and you're good. So the black pack is like what, 130 bucks. And so this here is basically, there's $70 boxes or $60 boxes a piece. And basically what we did was, you can see these bolts on the inside. I took 3/4 inch HDPE plastic, high density polyethylene plastic, and what I did with that was I used it as a spacer in between. I had to drill holes. This was a tedious process, so I may have to break that down for you guys in another video. But basically, you cut the strips, you get some measurements, cut the strips, figure out where you need your holes to go, spacing out the rod holders and all that, and use some stainless steel bolts. I think these are 1.5 inch, quarter 20 bolts, and then yeah, basically the spacer in between holds them together. And so it's 2 boxes. So 1 compartment I use for tackle, so I have all my tackle boxes in here, crankbaits, jigs, terminal, and then also always keep this, especially if you have a motor, your kayak registration, your CF number information, all that miscellaneous stuff. Got a box cutter, extra pens, a whistle, some tools, extra lights, and some Sharpies. You never know when you're gonna need to pull something like that out. Always good to keep those handy on deck and with your kayak at all times. So that's the tackle side. On this side here, got a bunch of extra wires up here because we're charging our electronics for the tournament tomorrow, as you can see. So excuse the mess. In this side here, we got the battery, which powers my Motorguide Xi3. It's an amped outdoors 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium ion battery, and I got that all set up in here with a 60 amp circuit breaker and the internal wiring running up to the front, which we'll go over in just a moment. But so that's the box. One side's for the motor battery, one side's for all the tackle. I got 8 rod holders, currently set up with 8 rods. So I got, these are all roughly 3 to 4 inches apart, evenly spaced, and makes it easy so they don't get tangled up. So as for my wheels, the transportation, getting the kayak from the trailer to the water, I have the Wilderness Systems kayak cart. It's like 200 bucks. Retails around $200, and it's a fantastic cart. You know, kind of downgrading from the Boondocks to this was a little bit of a bummer. I loved being able to just pop the wheels in and out, but the plastic on this kayak and just the shape of it, it's a little too soft, and just the shape just does not support the Boondocks wheels. So I do not suggest Boondocks wheels on this type of kayak. I would 100% go with the Wilderness Systems wheels. So that's what we got here. And how I hold this on the back, because once I'm on the water, you know, I have the wheels underneath, take the kayak off the wheels. I don't put these back in the car, I keep them on the kayak. So what you can see I did here was I just kind of stand it up, and the wheels sit nice and flush on the back of the kayak, and I just use a bungee, and I put it on the excess bungee cord that comes with the kayak, and it holds this in place and it doesn't go anywhere. One more thing on the outside of the kayak I did want to show you guys is the one objective mount that I bought separately in order to put this Motorguide Xi3 on the Bonafide SS127. One Objective makes it. Here's their website, oneobjectivebf.com. Check them out. They make a lot of cool custom mounts, custom accessories for kayaks. Fantastic company and quality products. So how this works, just pull this pin out. This is how you remove the motor. So you pull this pin out, motor pops right off. This is a quick release bracket that you can buy separately. I got mine from Bass Pro Shop. So the quick release bracket can be set up with Motorguide or Minn Kota for kayaks or boats. And so this quick release bracket mounts onto the One Objective mount, which is this black plastic piece you see here on top. And they give you all the parts, everything you need with it, and then installing only takes minutes. All right, and a couple DIYs I did to the motor to make it a little more kayak friendly was two things. We added a split ring as like a little holder, a little placeholder here for this clip, and I'll show you what that is in just a second. So basically we got a little screw going through here with holding on to this split ring, and you take this S-clip and you latch it on here. So what that does is it allows me to be able to lower and pull up the motor when I need to. And this cord is running on a through hole kit down through the inside of the kayak, through here to this through hole where I have this handle, and I can pull this handle when I need to pull that switch in order to raise and lower the motor. The second piece is this extra string. I just took some paracord and I tied it around the upper portion of the shaft on the motor, and I tied another handle on the other end. So this makes it so I can hold this with one hand, hold that handle with the other hand, and be able to raise and lower this motor when I need to in a breeze. So let's check out the insides of the kayak now, and I'll break down the wiring for you, the yak power system, and like how that all works. So brief intermission. Let me just go ahead and remove this stuff real quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, now that the motor and the net and all the surface accessories are out of the way, time to check out the wiring on the inside of this kayak. Before we go inside, I wanted to show you these cool headlights I got here. I don't remember the brand, but they are actually motorcycle headlights. They have a LED light form, and they also have a yellow light, so like a fog light. Going to the inside of the kayak here, you unlatch these, pop it up. As you can see, we got quite a bit of wires going on here. So this 3-prong plug here, Raymarine carries it. It's very high quality, keeps water out, water sealed. You know, I've just only heard good reviews on it, and it was suggested to me from some friends who have the same kayak and had issues with some other wires. So they suggested this, and I have had no problems with this whatsoever. So as you can see, we got the wires set up here, 8-gauge wire running from here underneath. Drilled a couple small holes. Learned this from the Fluke Master. Check him out on YouTube if you don't already. And so basically you drill small little holes here, run your wires up through here, and you use zip ties to hold them on so it stays out of the way of the lid. And so these wires basically run from here all the way to the back. We got that red and black 8-gauge wire, and then we drilled a hole here, as you can see, and using a Yak Attack through hole kit, we brought that up here and crimped it to this connecting piece, which from here plugs into the back of my battery box. So we have a male plug and a female receptacle. Comes, make sure you get the same, same one so that they work together, and set that all up there. So currently I have the charger plugged into it, which I got the same plug for and got that all set up. I'm not very savvy with names of all this, wiring stuff, as you can tell. So forgive me, but I'll explain it as best I can. Yeah, so we got this here. This would plug into the back of the battery box over here. I turn the circuit breaker on, and from there, my motor is ready to go. So that's the battery system for the motor. Also inside here, I have some Yak Power wires. So I got a whole lot going on in here. So you guys can see I got this whole Yak Power system. I won't go too in depth on this because, like I said, I'm not too savvy with the whole electrical side and the names and everything here. But so Yak Power makes an awesome kit, a couple $100. You can add all kinds of different accessories, and you get this multi-power source little piece here. And basically what you do is use this power box right here, which is made by Yak Power. I have two 12-volt 18 amp hour batteries in here, so I got in parallel 36 amp hours through Yak Power. This I normally keep inside the hatch. It's charging right now, so I can't put it in here, but normally I keep that right here. And this red plug right here plugs right in. I turn the box on, power starts, and then from there I have my options to choose what I would like to power. So the one I use the most by far is going to be the fish finder. So the Raymarine Element 7HV is my fish finder. This cord runs back in here and is connected to the whole Yak Power kit, and that from there gets powered by the Yak Power box, and so that's what powers my fish finder. In addition to that, it also powers my headlights. If I decide to use them for night fishing, it also powers my marine lights. So I got the red and the green, super bright. These are important to have, especially if you fish in low light conditions early in the morning or late at night. Legally, you need to have these if you have a motorized vessel. I do have interior deck lights as well. So this right here and this right here, these lights, they can also be turned on with this switch here. So if it's dark and I'm doing something, I need to tie a lure, or I need to just be able to see what I'm doing on the deck, I can turn those on. And last but not least, I have just some extra accessories, extra things I like to keep inside the kayak for when I need it. I hardly ever open this, but when I do, when I need something. So I got my flag. I put this up if I'm on the Delta, if there's a lot of boats on the water, or if I'm fishing a tournament. These are required for tournaments. Keep that. I keep a spare prop. Got an extra Motorguide prop in case something happens to the one on the motor if it breaks. Got some extra WD-40, some extra Yak track kits, electrical tape, and some rope. So just a couple of miscellaneous extras if I ever need it. Will be kept in here. All right guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope this answered a lot of your questions. If you guys have any more questions about this or any questions about kayaks in general, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.